Hello, my beloved waking gods and goddesses. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Love, Truth, and Beauty. Do it yourself or divine in the flesh. Now with replays on IGTV at dakini.kiss, where together we learn how to surf and navigate the ups and downs of the totality of human experience, composing a new earth beyond the limitations of this perception-managed reality matrix of five senses, having embodied our true divine creative natures in our true sensual sensorial world of seven senses, creating formless into form. Before we get started, please do give this video a thumbs up. Please also hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, selecting the all settings so that when I upload, the YouTube will let you know. My name is Maria West, and I am your hostess of the highest, here to download, upload, inspire, and usher you into your bestest and brightest light, your bestest and brightest selves, and inviting you all to open your hearts wider and wider and wider still. Hello, my lovelies. How are you? How are you all navigating, waltzing in and out of the matrix? Are you all having some fun without being just a tad bit arrogant because you know something they don't, and you are getting better and better at surfing and navigating your life movie, and having managed to change up the script and the set, and noticing how reality bends to your specifications when you compose it from your center screen? Okay, all right, darlings. Welcome to episode 75. Forgiving our fathers, forgiving the masculine. Thank you for your heartfelt shares in private, most of you, about our last video regarding forgiving our mothers and forgiving the feminine. I so appreciate those of you burning in the fires of love, truth, and beauty to propel even the collective sleeping masses forward to their own process of awakening, which begins always with discomfort within those cozy comfort zones our matrix system reality lives construct in order for us to willfully ignore the call to wake the fuck up. Okay, proceeding. Together in this time, space, body, mind, I am here to initiate all of you in the realm of forgiving our fathers and forgiving their sins and their any grievances, forgiving the masculine dynamic within both men and women, forgiving all of these atrocities and these little icky feelings that we might be carrying, including the mistrust of the dysfunctional masculine and all of us men and women alike, so that we can open to embracing the divine masculine and the divine masculine principle of gifting, giving. Okay, this is part of our innate generosity, our seventh sense, that with the feminine, which is the divine feminine principle of receiving. Okay, we are not here to bash Papa or bash men and the masculine. Okay, and the timing of our program is so kismet because the matrix world shit shows of late continue, and of course there are the male authoritarian figureheads that are in receipt of the rage and blame of consensus reality that never ever takes self-responsibility but feels entitled to dump all accountability onto a face. Pick one. So if something I share or say triggers you, I want you to own it. I want you to find out what is within you that's holding your life force energy hostage. Take emotional responsibility for your reactions. I'm just saying. So one of the first things I want to do is I want to recite this poem by a good friend of mine who is a healer, spiritual rapper, Australia's Miraculi, and his poem, The Sacred Apology to Women. Okay? Dear women, I have found great joy on the occasions that I have been your champion and supporter. In order to support and champion you fully, I now take responsibility for the times I dishonored you. I am so sorry. I apologize for every time that I crossed your boundary dishonored you, was inappropriate, hurt you in any way, conscious or unconsciously. I apologize for every father, grandfather, and uncle. I apologize for every brother, cousin, and son. I apologize for every husband, boyfriend, friend, and stranger. Please forgive me. Please forgive us. I love you so much and appreciate you with the passion of heaven. You have greatly helped and empowered me. I honor you as the portal that has given birth to the entire universe. Without you, my growth would be non-existent. Clearly, unconscious man and the unconscious masculine, they have their work cut out for them. The ascent of the divine masculine is a difficult one, perhaps even more difficult than that of the divine feminine. The collective horrific atrocities upon women over time results in an incredibly intense, heavy, and cumulative emotional energetic body of past pain, contributing greatly to the quicker awakening of women, the feminine, into consciousness. Unconscious man is the perpetrator of these atrocities and is conditioned to callous over any feelings that render him vulnerable. Unconscious man's programming doesn't allow him to feel pain, and if he does, other automated programs are accessed, allowing him to readily distract himself in a variety of ways from any discomfort. These distractions include alcohol, drugs, sex, violence, and work. Just like woman, man is conditioned and programmed from birth to be unconscious. The unconsciousness successfully passes on from one generation of his tribe to the next, and the absence of one conscious man or one conscious woman in any tribal collective perpetuates an unconscious legacy, and especially within the matrix. Our tribal and family ties and links attach in from all directions. They are the basis from which all of our relationships are formed, and life is all about relationships, whether relationships are with people or material concepts like money or the planet and nature. It is our family of origin who downloads us with pre-programmed fundamentals about all subjects. From this foundation of beliefs, we rise or fall throughout our lives. Spiritual evolution requires that each of us examines all beliefs carefully, especially those handed down from generation to generation. All right, my loves, we are the sum of all our parents' dramas and histories, and like woman's upbringing, man's upbringing is influenced heavily by mother and father, and all of their personal issues, those known or held in secrecy. There are no exceptions. The media's undeniable global presence influences, encourages, supports, and solidifies the legacy of unconscious tribal, cultural, educational, religious, and societal programming. The media's views regarding man and woman are very glaringly biased towards man as the perpetrator, entitled to the world at large, and woman as his prize and victim. Man's obsession with sex and power is consistently advocated, encouraged, and rewarded, and damned. Unconscious man remains true to his programming. The path of conscious man arising includes a thorough excavation of all family issues and hand-me-down beliefs, as well as the acknowledgement and dissolving of all matrix system reality, cultural, educational, religious, and societal issues. Focus on the growing pains of boys becoming men. Some men I've worked with relate growing pains to feeling as if they could never or would never ever want to live up to the negative projections and images of being a man as defined by their tribal programming. And men who undertake the great inner work. I bow down to you, my loves, my comrades, which includes diving deeply into shadow work, which most men will not do. You are a tremendous gift to the world and the planet, and the greatest gift to himself, his family, and humanity. This great inner work allows him to heal his entire tribal lineage by being the one conscious man who has integrated his inner feminine and masculine energies to emerge from the family tribe. Obviously, questions of self-worth, adolescence, peers, masculinity, sexuality, and one's purpose in the world must be asked and answered through direct inquiry and discovery. All subjects must be cleaned and cleared up vibrationally. Clearly, tribal links and experiences shape man's trek into consciousness. Okay, now some men, and just like women, grow up with absent fathers who abandon their families for unknown reasons or for reasons such as incarceration. Other men grow up with fathers distracted by work or busyness or are too indifferent to spend time with their families or are absent anyway. Some men grew up without fathers because their mothers felt it was in their best interest. Better no father than a father who is a 3-time loser. Some men grew up in violent environments, physically and sexually abused. Some men are raised in heavily religious environments that are fanatical, fear-based, severe, and stifling. There are men whose fathers and mothers fought constantly or are unfaithful to each other. Many men grew up with angry, critical, frustrated, overbearing mothers who emasculate and ridicule them and their fathers, or are just plain man-haters. Some men are abandoned as young boys, either physically or emotionally, by their mothers, who were either too young, too immature, troubled, or indifferent to step up to the task of nurturing and caring for their children. The list of varying scenarios of tribal influence and socioeconomic circumstances that shapes man and woman are endless. So let's talk energy. Energy, regardless of gender, both men and women embody male and female energies. And in general, masculine energy is directive, projective, action-taking, doing, like a rock, active stillness, like a mountain, steadfast and strong, solid, focus-driven, never changing. Like it or not, our fathers are our first interface with the energies of the divine masculine and the world at large. This interface and connection becomes our template for our own masculine directedness, focus, our ability to act on our own behalf, follow through, and take action, whether or not we are male or female. Our fathers are also our foundational templates for the men in our lives, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, the everything in between, the winners, the losers. Discover the relationship between the divine masculine, our fathers, okay? And look at your family system in your neck of the woods and also in any place in the world, and you can witness firsthand the breakdown of the traditional family. And as more and more families live and or display the sorry fact of the disappearing father, whether this translates to emotional or physical abandonment or both, the results are psychological devastation on children regardless of gender. Okay. In fact, it is that a weak or absent father cripples both his daughters and sons' ability to achieve their own true gender identity. Now, whether our fathers were active or present in our upbringings or not, their influence energetically, emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually program our lives on many different levels, affecting our ability to embrace our masculine and feminine energies, develop healthy self-esteem, manifest our dreams, attract healthy relationships and love partnerships, and manifest abundance and peace out in the world. All right, my loves. Mirror work exercise, exploring your own relationship with your fathers and with the divine masculine. Number 1, journal about this. In front of a mirror, something I hated about my father, and complete that. Number 2, something I wanted my father to give me. Complete that. Number 3, something I wanted my father to tell me. Number 4, something I want to tell my father. Number 5, the gifts I've received from my father are. Complete that. Number 6, with a partner or in front of the mirror, you will, in praise mind, which is a mindset of positivity. I want you to share with the mirror or with your partner and someone that you trust that has your back, the great qualities of your father for 5 entire minutes. You can set an egg timer if you wish, and describing your father's admirable qualities. And if you run out of things, be silent or repeat what you've just shared. Also, I want you to do this even if your father was not in your life, and really own the qualities that you have embodied from the masculine and assume those are your father's gifts. Okay, I want you all to think about and journal about your relationship with the masculine principle of gifting giving and the relationships of your father, brothers, men, your boyfriends, husbands, bosses, authority figures, your addiction to doing, and the world at large. What are the challenges that come up? What are the gifts from these relationships? What is a conscious man? What are the qualities associated with a conscious man? Okay, my loves, that is my speech. Do dive in to this excavation as we integrate our respective inner masculine natures, regardless of our gender identification. Let us all open our hearts and release our pains and sorrows and hurts regarding dad and the masculine so that we can become more directional, more balanced in our being, in our magnetism, becoming more electric. Okay, please email me, DM me on the Facebook or the Instagram with any questions regarding this process. Please do give this video a thumbs up. Please also comment about your experiences in the comments box below. Let me know. Let us all know what kind of insights you have regarding the masculine, regarding the feminine, regarding their integration. And if you have any suggestions for me regarding video topics, please also share this video with your communities, friends, family members, and social media platforms, and with whom you feel might benefit from my content. Please also hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, selecting the all setting so that the YouTube will let you know when I upload next. And if you find value, enjoy, and benefit from my videos, won't you please consider supporting my work through a donation? My PayPal link is right below. In addition to my contact information with my link tree that connects you with all of my stuff and the different ways you can connect and work with me. I thank you so much for your participation and focused attention. I really do appreciate it. So until next time, be the love that you are. Share your love. Always act from love, from your center screen. Be creative, be kind, be helpful, be generous, and give. Here's to love, truth, and beauty, my lovey doves. Mwah!